Ever since the beginning of human evolution, man has learned to live in groups. Activities such as hunting, gathering of food, and performing various other rituals, these activities has helped man become a social animal. Now, the term that human beings are social animal doesn't seem that weird, does it? Ever since the day that you were born, you had been surrounded by so many people, and you have created some kind of bonds or relationships with them. May it be a mother-daughter relationship, a father-son relationship, bonds that you have created with your cousins or siblings, or even your friends. Now, why do human beings need these bonds? To maintain our emotional and mental stability, right? Now, because of these bonds that we have created with other human beings, we have created a world where we can live with peace and harmony. Apart from these human bonds, can you think of any other bond? For instance, if I give you an envelope and a post stamp and I tell you to stick these both together, what would you use? An adhesive, right? What does an adhesive do? It sticks both the materials together. That is, it creates a bond between these two materials. Can you think of any other bond except for these two? Never mind. I'll give you another one. Now you know that the lead of the pencil is made up of graphite, right? Every time you write on a piece of paper, there will be traces of graphite adhering on that piece of paper, and the bond will be created between the piece of paper and the layers of graphite. Now, these are the bonds that can be felt, observed, and can be understood. But do you know that there are bonds that exist that cannot be felt or observed but can be understood? In this chapter, we are going to talk about these bonds in detail. So, are you curious and excited enough? So, let's get started. You might have come across a word called as atom. I hope everyone has. They should. Right? So, this is how an atom looks like. What is an atom? The smallest indivisible particle. Right? Now, just as human beings need bonds to maintain their emotional and mental stability, even these atoms need some kind of bonds to maintain their stability. Now you might wonder, what kind of stability do these atoms need? Well, let me tell you. Atoms are only stable when they have their completely filled valence shell orbital, or we can say that they have attained a duplet state or an octet state. Now, can you define duplet state? Okay, a duplet state can be defined as the elements that require only 2 electrons to fulfill their valence shell orbital. Let me repeat. Duplet state can be defined as the state in which the elements require only 2 electrons to fulfill their valence shell orbital. Can you name or give an example of the element that has completed its duplet state? Well, right, helium. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about what is octet state. An octet state is same as duplet state, but instead of 2 electrons, octet state requires 8 electrons to complete its valence shell orbital. So, octet state can be defined as the state in which the elements require 8 electrons to complete its valence shell orbital. Give me an example of element that have complete octet state. That is, they have 8 electrons in its valence shell orbital. Obviously, neon, argon, or any other noble gas except for helium that come under noble gas family.